everyone, welcome back to TNI UK Impacted episode 180. We are TNA Talk for TNA fans, coming to you live via the Total Nonstop Impact Network on YouTube and Twitch. And if you listen on the go, then we're also available on SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, or wherever you listen to your favorite shows. I am your host, Bison, and today I am joined, of course, by the man coming to us from the void of his own mind, Broken Joker, and of course, the man coming to us from the local disco.
I got that one.
Limpstar. Hello.
Hello.
Wonderful. It's wonderful to have you guys with us. Yes.
Oh, yes. Oh.
Straight in with the Hardy impressions.
I knew you'd come. Anyway, right, we're here.
Well, it's Wednesday.
It's Wednesday again. But anyway, guys, listen.
Yeah.
What's your week's been like? Who's going first?
Okay, they've been all right.
Go on,
It's been all right. Done a bit of work out in the garden, a bit more, and found another band I've never heard of before, and listening to some of their stuff. And my God, it's amazing.
Go on, which one?
It's
What are they called?
Blacktop Mojo.
Excuse me?
I don't know.
Blacktop Mojo.
I've got absolutely no
Sounds
idea.
like one of those
I-
names, you know, when
I-
you're on a game and you can't generate your own name. You
Yeah.
press it and it just comes up.
No,
that'll be
I've
Blacktop
shared a
Mojo.
couple of their songs on I shared a couple of their songs on my Twitter feed just now because one of them especially just would be a song I'd use as for my own theme if I was in an alternate universe and going down as a
Okay.
wrestler. But I
Cool.
literally
that.
just heard a couple of their songs the other day and listened to some more new ones today, and they're
Yeah.
amazing. There's another band that I thought, where the hell have they been my entire life, or at least the last 10
what,
years,
like,
5 or 10 years.
You want to talk about wrestling songs for your entrance? If it was me, right now, I would definitely 100% use "Indestructible" by Disturbed. So if you don't know
Oh.
it, "Indestructible," it's great, mate.
Yeah.
Honestly, that would be me. All
I
day
thought
long.
you were on about that song by some pop star girl. I was like, what? Can't use that. It's not dirty enough. Do you know what? On the subject of music, that's one of my main gripes about things like WrestleMania, SummerSlam, all of that. It bugs the hell out of me because do you remember like the old Raw intros, like, like you know,
Yeah,
it felt
really
evil.
hardcore.
It felt really, yeah, you know, it felt really hard. Do you know what I mean? And then like now they've got like what
Yeah.
Tiny Temper or like, you know, Flow Rider performing
Yeah.
on stage. I'm just like, what is this? You know, yeah, I'm not
Bloody
going to be scared
Bad
of someone coming
Bunny.
out to Taylor Swift. Yeah.
This is a bunch of crap.
Yeah.
This gets
Oh, Joe Hendry beat Taylor Swift.
Yeah, do you know what? This is the thing. This is where I think, like, you know, the only way that Taylor Swift can get it back now is by putting like a gold disc on a rope above the ring. And I think that she should come to TNA and she should, like, you know, fight for that, and then maybe have her versus Alisha Edwards for the TNA Knockouts title.
Now, come on. Imagine this. Imagine this is the entrance. Listen, can you hear it?
Oh, I love
fair
this
enough.
song.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I haven't heard that in years.
I'd be like,
That brings me back.
fucking indestructible, baby.
Yeah.
You got to listen to the words, listen.
Wait for us to get our first copyright strike.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking that actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd
Yeah,
be pretty
anyway.
cool. I think, like, I don't know, out of all the songs, I think I'd probably just go with For Whom the Bell Tolls by Metallica.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one as well. That is a good one. Yeah, I'm not
I
going to lie,
think
that is a good one.
Nick Gage uses it, I think, but like, you know, I'll fight Nick Gage for the song.
You would you? Nick
Yeah, I
Cage,
wouldn't win, but I'd fight him for the song.
Yeah, yeah.
It'd go viral for a bit, but like, yeah, that'd be about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. There's several I would use, like from whom about some stuff like the Trooper from Iron Maiden, something like that. That would be great. Oh
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
that
I
would
think
be. That would
Adam's saying that he first heard that Disturbed tune on Need for Speed Underground 2. That's a throwback. That is a hell of a throwback.
Yeah.
I still have
Yeah.
that. I still have the console to play it on too.
Yeah, man. But that is such a good song. That is such a good song. Yeah. You're right. You're right, Mir. I was being naughty. Craig reminded me.
Right.
We're all good. Anyway. You don't want to hear me singing that. Maybe we could get
Barry
Trent.
Monkey likes
Trent would sing
Eurovision.
that. He's into
What's
Eurovision.
that? Get Trent to sing it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
get
I'm sure Trent and his guys could do
Yeah.
a cover. Maybe you
Yeah.
could have that as the new intro to the show.
That'd be awesome, wouldn't it? Yeah, they could do a cover version of "Indestructible" by Disturbed. I think that would be amazing.
Yeah.
I gotta say, they're one of my bestest favorite bands. Disturbed,
Yeah.
along with just it's funny actually because I've got like quite diverse. Like, I like my rock music and stuff, and I like metal music, but I have to say, quite diverse
Yeah.
really because like Red Hot Chili Peppers are one of my favorites. Like
Yeah.
I love the funkiness of.
They're my favorite.
I've
Yeah, I love
blocked them on Spotify. I cannot stand
Yeah.
them. I mean that
Really?
as well. I absolutely cannot stand them.
Oh, I love the funky bass, and it's so good. And like you say, then Disturbed, System of a Down, massive System fan. I love a bit of that. So yeah, so
Wake
quite
up.
diverse, really. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we love that song. It's just anything related to them, really, and of course Linkin Park. That's one of my other favorites as well. I love me some
Yeah.
Chester Bennington, but there you go. We're getting a bit off track here. It's like the US show right now. Totally off track. Totally
Just
off
vote.
track. We need to get back on.
Just vote.
Back on track. Okay, so let's talk about the news, the rumors, and we'll talk about a little bit of what went down on Impact. Not massively, but a little bit, as obviously we went straight into Under Siege. But let's talk about Joe Hendry food fight featuring Mother of Chaos, Casey Owens. Have you seen this one, Joe?
No, but I've seen the one today. I've seen the one he's done today for the newest one.
What is the newest one today?
The newest one is Joe Hendry is going around Glasgow testing out a lot of street food and talking about everything that's happened over the last week, with his record and it going. It's officially number 4 in the UK charts on the big final thing that sets it all up, the top 40, including all downloads and plays and streams and that mixed together into one big result. Overall he came 4th. He's beaten Taylor Swift. He's beaten Bono, which he's really, really chuffed about because Bono just appeared on his Bono appeared on his YouTube, and appeared on his phone randomly in his car. And it just pissed him off so much. So when he found out he beat Bono and YouTube, he was delighted about that. But and he went around talking about.
I'm gonna have to check out.
He went and he also spoke about his appreciation for the fans and how the roster really, really thanked the fans for all the support they've done at the last set of tapings too. Ending on with the titanium subscription or titanium package.
We've said Joe Hendry about 3 times now.
I know. I can't believe it.
Yeah, I know.
We keep saying his name, but he's not
here. Don't believe.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
There he is. Unbelievable.
Finally.
Sorry, I disappeared there, guys. I don't know what the hell happened. I just suddenly disappeared, and random. I had to literally go out completely to come back in again. No idea what happened there, but I'm back, and I'm feeling stronger than ever. So it's all good. Right. Under Siege photo gallery added to the TNA Wrestling.com. Really good stuff. Really, really good stuff. I mean, friend of the show. I forgot his name now. Basil. He's the photographer, friend of TNI. Basil. He's Trent's friend actually. who takes all the photos. So I think I think it's bz.com or something. Might be worth. I'm sure if someone in the chat knows, they'll put it out there for us. But I know he takes a lot of the photographs. But go and check him out because there's some absolute crackers. Is that beer?
No, it's orange squash.
Oh.
I don't drink beer. It's just in a nice stein, but you won't understand what's written on it.
No, what does it say?
Now, when I die and they lay me to rest, I'm going to go on the piss with Georgie Best. It's to the,
right.
to the theme of Spirit in the Sky, the football song.
Oh right, okay. Not in the theme of Joe Hendry then.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
Finally, we're getting to grips with this. We're getting to grips with it. Finally, The Rock has come back to Clacton-on-Sea. Right. Incredible matchup. Yeah, can you imagine? Incredible matchup last week on Impact. Jordynne Grace versus now I'm going to say this wrong. Mayu Yamashita. I'm saying that.
Are you now?
Yeah, I'm saying that on purpose. Anyway, great match, incredible match. What were your thoughts on this one, Craig?
Mate, this whole like this pay-per-view. I'm sorry, it's fallen really foul with me. To be fair, it's like that was Impact. Sorry, that was Impact. The lead up to it, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was on
again. Yeah, again, I think like Jordynne is getting her her bucket list of doing all the things before she leaves, I think. And don't get me wrong, it was great that we've seen like an outside talent come in, but I just feel like on a personal level, I just feel like it was a bit of a disrespect to some of the other knockouts because we've got knockouts who are working up and stuff like that. I think just because she's champion, you shouldn't let her have free reign like that. I thought the match was bang average. I thought it was all right. I won't be going back to watch it anytime soon.
Really? I thought it was a great match. I thought it was a great match. Get out.
Yeah.
I've not seen the last.
You can take this microphone and shove it up your ass.
That look of I've not seen oh my God, tattooed. Sorry,
I've
Jay.
not seen it, so I can't comment on it.
Oh, you've not seen last week's Impact?
No, I've got to catch up on 3 weeks of TNA.
Show now.
Can you believe this guy is on a review?
Yeah, I did watch. I did watch him to see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. That's good. Okay, so we won't speak to you until we get to there, then, yeah?
Okay, that's all good. That's like want me to give any.
Yeah, that's it. You're not getting spoke to. Yeah. No, Adam, my friend Adam is in the chat. He came down at the weekend. A long old trek from Scarborough to Torquay. He came down and because we'd been out the night before, it's just like, oh, we'll put on some easy watching. So we watched Under Siege, and he was just like, are we watching wrestling? And I'm like, yeah, and I'm sure he'll drop in the comments in a minute and tell me whether he liked it or not. But it's just pretty cool to be able to just watch it at ease, if you know what I mean. I didn't have any other plans for the rest of the day, so just like get some sweets and some crisps and stuff and just enjoy it. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Barry's right.
Yeah, I agree, Barry.
You are right. It was a pointless match in terms of leading into the pay-per-view. I agree.
Just like any match involving PCO or Con, pointless matches.
Stop it. PCO is a friend of mine, and you need to stop. We need to stop.
Because you took pity on him. That's why.
Whatever. Do you see the state of his chest? Jesus Christ. Anyway, right. Let's carry on.
Yeah.
Card
brutal.
Left it out.
Card subject to change as Hammerstone was not medically clear to compete against Jake something at Under Siege. Of course, with Rich Homie Swann replacing him. you know, it was really weird the way this one sort of kind of came out, really, because he was actually promoting the match literally a couple of hours before it was announced he wasn't going to be competing. So no idea what went down there. Maybe he was just, I don't know. Maybe he hurt himself between his hotel room and getting to the arena. I don't know. What are your thoughts on that situation?
I think he wasn't cleared, but I think he wasn't cleared to wrestle. You know, he was still, he wasn't cleared after Rebellion, and I think, you know, he'll still go out and do the promotions and stuff for the company and all that. But he knew he wasn't cleared to wrestle until the match. So but he just carried on pushing the company like anyone in the company should do.
Yeah, I'm with you. Like, you know, I definitely think it's something that they should do. But the fact that he's doing that, I think, you know, we can be quite settled that he's finally found home. And do you know what? That is a guy that I can watch wrestle. You know, he's definitely a talent that we've got on board in that. And I was, you know, I will say I marked the pay-per-view down because he wasn't doing that match. But then at the same time, that's going to be just a money match watching that on a normal Impact, unless they're going to prolong the storyline and save it up. But then, what was it? It was Jake something Rich Swann, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's what it ended up being. Yeah, we'll get to that in a bit.
Don't get me wrong. I was kind of hoping that Joe Hendry would have come out with a guitar and just Jeff Jarrett, Rich Swann at some point in the match.
Jeff Jarrett and Rich Swann. Yeah, that would have been good. Maybe at some point we can get that. We need to get the guitar coming into play. So I guess that could be something that we could be looking forward to at a later date.
I can see Rich Swann swiping it and backing Joe Hendry with it. I got something like that. I can see it happening to getting done to Joe Hendry.
You reckon he could get guitared? You never know. Guys, I just realised I've not given people shout outs, so I'm gonna have to do that quickly. So Eric Isaac joined us first. Amir's in the house. Norris is in the house. Adam Whitman. Nice to see you. We got Nick Rob.
Nice.
Rob Tickid. I'm not sure what that is. Good day, Nick Rob. Obviously, Limpster's there. Nick Rob. Adam Whiteman. I don't know if I mentioned Whitman before. Sorry, not Whitman.
No, Whitman.
Yeah. Jess E, I think that is in the house as well.
Jess Entertainment.
Oh, right. Okay. Simon's joined us. Great to have you with us, Simon. As always, thank you, mate. Lots of Adam making comments, which is good to see. Barry Monkey is also joined us. I'm just coming through. We got anybody else? Jamie Wiesner is joined us.
That is a good shout, what Jamie's just said.
About Drago.
It looks like Luke. Jonathan Gresham's new look.
Does
that
is a good like Drago. Yeah, that is a good show, definitely. Norbert's in the house. I don't know if I mentioned Norbert, so it's nice to see you, bub. Paul Mathewson is joined us. Hello, buddy. So there you go. I think I've pretty much shouted everybody out so far. If anybody else pops in that looks differently, I will make sure that I give you a little mention. Just remember, guys, that this show is it's a discussion. It's an opinion-based show. If you've got anything to say, offer it up. You know, we're interested to know. Obviously, unless your name's Mir, and then we got absolutely no interest at all. But if sorry, Mir, I'm only joking, mate. I'm only joking. But
you've stepped over the line now. You've taken it too far.
That was a bit hardcore.
I'm joking. I didn't mean it. But yeah, if you've got anything to say, leave it in the chat. If we pick it up, then we will pop it up so everyone can see, and we'll try and comment. And if you've got any questions that you want to ask us, feel free to ask away, because no opinions are wrong. They are just opinions. As simple as that. Okay, cool. So we were just talking about homie Swann replacing Hammerstone. We then move on. Joe Hendry made a heartfelt apology to AJ Francis on Impact leading into Under Siege.
I did see this.
Absolutely hilarious. I think, if I remember rightly, I think the song was based to the tune of one of the Creed tracks. It was used years ago on Raw.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, it was yeah, brilliant. I loved it. It was the best apology I've ever seen. Hey Zach, what were your thoughts on this, Joe? Because you obviously saw this.
I popped my bruised rib because I laughed so hard. I thought it was brilliant. I could not stop laughing throughout even when he started to bring back up all the ones he did before to almost try to remind yourself of how cruel he's been. So he starts singing that you are banned from diving.
Banned from diving.
Slow and
He's
soft.
a genius.
What got me about
then
that was the crowd was singing it back to him.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
And the best bit was after he finished insulting me, he goes, "I'm sorry," and then it just puts the guitar down. So like he still gave them the apology, so he can't say he's done anything wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
And it was it was a very, very heartfelt song.
I thought it was. I think it was
TNA
brilliant.
would
Really
let-
well.
Do you reckon TNA would let Scott D'Amore back if he just like got in the ring with a guitar and made an apology?
Oh
No.
yeah.
I don't know. Well, it
Yeah.
might do. I don't know. Talking about Scott D'Amore, he was mentioned by Alex Shelley in an interview yesterday that came out. I'm trying to remember who did the interview. But I watched it and it was good. And Alex did a really good job of sort of kind of like, talking about Scott, but without making any kind of like derogatory comments or anything like that towards TNA and stuff. He was very complimentary of TNA, very complimentary of Scott, and just basically said it was a shame.
I saw something come out saying that Scott D'Amore has trademarked TNA Wrestling, which I don't know how true that is, but that's going to be a practice move.
That's fake. That's a load of crap.
Is it? Thank God for that. Yeah. No worries. Oh well. Next week, 10 minutes Santa Claus isn't real.
No, he's trademarked MLW, isn't he? Maple Leaf Wrestling.
Yeah.
Honestly,
totally not actually wrestling.
Maple Leaf Wrestling. I swear to God, Maple Leaf Wrestling is what he's done, and it is. It's MLW. I'm like, did you not think about that when you decided to you know what I mean? Like, where are you going to take that? You're not going to be able to tour it, are you? You're not going to be able to tour your version of MLW. It's obviously just going to be a localized promotion, but I don't understand why he didn't just carry on with BCW. I don't get it. But anyway, obviously he's created another avenue of wrestling promotion, which is great.
Right, good on him.
More places for people to work is all good by me. So yeah, there you go. But talking about Joe Hendry, he's going to be interviewed for a UK music magazine called NME. Now that is a massive deal in the UK. They are a legendary music magazine, and they're going to interview TNA wrestler Joe Hendry on obviously his fantastic music career. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I think the way things are going at the moment with this is insane. Like the amount of publicity TNA are getting out of this is ridiculous. Am I right, Craig?
Yeah.
Am I right?
It's huge. It's a real, like you just said, like a different avenue, but it's just the fact that we've got an active wrestler on our roster who's making songs, making music. He's in the UK charts. He's like, stepping over some of the biggest stars in music. And now he's going to be in NME magazine. I mean, it's like, that magazine we've had, like, who's been in there? Like, Oasis, Blur, just like anyone who's anyone in British music has been in that magazine. Now, all of a sudden, Joe Hendry's in there. And it's like, is that an insult to music, or is that actually a nod to him? The fact that he is actually a musical genius and he's absolutely smashed the market and like not only gone down an avenue, but made an avenue between TNA wrestling and the UK music chart. Yeah. It's incredible. It's incredible.
Yeah, I think he's done so much. The last couple of weeks have been insane. The amount of publicity that he's been getting for TNA is out of this world for himself and for I mean, I really hope TNA know what they've got in Joe Hendry. I really do.
I believe in Joe
It's something
Hendry.
he talked about on
I
Sorry,
think
Joe.
Joe's on a bit of I think Joe's on a delay there.
Yeah, I am on a bit of a delay. It's something that he talked about during this week's episode of Food Fight, is that how much the publicity he's gained and TNA has gained from him putting his song out on the charts. You know, he just did it just for the sake of doing it. He didn't have any intention of it going to number one or even beating Taylor Swift. He was just pleased that it even got as far as being released on iTunes and that, but the way the fans have taken to it, you know, from across the world, that blew him away. And he spoke about, you know, how much the fan input has not just put him on the map, it's put TNA on the map. And he constantly was praising the company and that, and putting the company over throughout.
Yeah, I mean the company have been putting him over as well. The talent have been putting him over. Everyone has been putting him over, and I think it's awesome. I think it's absolutely awesome.
Can I just say
Barry
something
Monkey's
like
just mentioning all the legends that have appeared in NME. We've got Cliff Richard, the legend himself, Jedward. I mean, come on, Jedward.
Fucking hell, those if those guys can get on there, then there's no problem with Joe Hendry getting on there.
Can I
Those
just
are
say,
the
like,
covers,
we've got like all TNA fans here and stuff like that. Now, I'm guessing like a lot of us, we've got either Amazon Music or we've got Spotify, stuff like that. Now, something that would help Joe Hendry, and I'm not trying to inflict this, but I'm just saying what you could do. Not that I've done it myself, wink, wink. But you could go to the Joe Hendry song, press play, leave it on repeat, turn your volume right down, go to sleep, wake up in the morning, and then stop listening to it there. Because then that's 8 hours on a loop of just getting listens. And that's organic listens. That's not like, you know, people buying it in the system or anything like that. That's you listening to the song in your sleep. Like I did say, turn the volume down, because if you listen to that song solid for 8 hours sleep, that will drive you insane. But at the same time, it will help Joe Hendry. So I'm just saying, it's just an
Everyone,
idea. I think, like,
let's do it.
If everyone can do that, then that would help him, you know.
And I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting for the TNI, personal DJ himself, to get the song into his own set.
I've got an idea, but it's trying to make it work, and I couldn't dare play it live because
I can turn it on anytime, Pat. Come on, no problem.
Exactly that. Sharp Boy said it best.
Well, what you need to do is you need to pre-mix something, don't you?
Yeah, right. Like, don't get me wrong. I've got a tune in mind, but it's just trying to add the Joe Hendry to it to try and make it work without it sounding stupid. Adam's just a 200 BPM Joe Hendry. Just
mate,
like you meant a clap. We'd just let like fish out of water if we were trying to like, do it at 200 BPM.
So the clap, mate. Don't worry about the clap. We don't need it.
That's what she said.
That's what you need. We just want that going for it, mate.
Always worry about the clap. No one wants to clap.
I believe in your Hendry. That'd be great. It'd be great. Oh, mate, come on. It'd be awesome. It would be awesome.
To all those listening out there, that was us clapping.
And you need, it was. You need to record that motherfucker, and we need to get it played. We do.
Yeah,
because
I'll
it would be amazing. It would be amazing. Joe would love it. Joe would love it.
Can you imagine?
It would be awesome, mate. You have to do it. You have to do it. And I mean, I said to you, you need to play it at a club, but video when you do it and see if anybody reacts.
Yeah,
because I think they will.
If I edit into one of these tunes, there's a certain tune that I've got in mind because it's got a clap in it, to be fair. But if I can put Joe Hendry in there, Adam Whitman knows exactly what tune I'm on about because it goes and it says something and carries on. But if I can do that with Joe Hendry in it, then I'll chuck it on TikTok as well and see if it gets any ground.
Mate, honestly, I think it would be awesome because there's loads of people that do stuff like that. They do, and they love it. The wrestlers love it when people take their shit and do stuff with it. You know, whether it be their images, you know, whether it be their music videos, whatever it may be, they love that stuff because it's all publicity, isn't it? At the end of the day.
That's true. Negative
and
buzz is still buzz.
even if it's absolute shite, they love it because a fan has done it, have put it together. And like I said to you, I think it would be great publicity for TNI as well. I think it'd be brilliant. But there you go. Maybe you could tie it
So
into
FL, Adam's
Madonna.
just said, let me sort FL. I'll do it now. That's Fruity Loops, which is actually a music production program. So let me and Adam go away and have a little play with it. I'll see what we can conjure up.
Yeah, definitely. I think it would be awesome. I do. I think it'd be awesome. Hey, Antonio, nice to see you, bud.
Hello.
Thanks for coming in. Yeah, I just think it would be amazing. We put something together. It'd be so good. Anyway, listen, recent WWE release. Xia Li has announced she is available for bookings from July 18th. Could we see her turn up at Slammiversary on July 20th? What are your thoughts on this one, Joe?
Wow, that would be amazing. I hope so, because that would be incredible. That would be get everyone by this. Check this out now moment just there and then if that news would break, or if it was a surprise that would just break the internet. The
fact that she's available to wrestle or to appear on anything from the 18th meant that you could do a surprise appearance, or you could even announce that she's going to be there if you wanted to. But I think it'd be better if it was a surprise.
They could get a short video package together and get a promo dropped. That would be incredible.
Yeah, I mean the thing is, you could do stuff like that anyway, because if they've been in contact and said, look, come on, we want to sign, get you in, let's get you in Slammiversary, it'd be amazing, blah blah blah. They could record stuff. They just can't play it live until the 18th is passed. I think it'd be amazing.
Yeah, Simon's right. We always do get a lot of surprises and signings coming around Slammiversary. So
we do.
Fingers crossed. Indeed.
I don't think anyone will ever top that EC3 one though, with the whiskey and stuff like that. That was amazing.
Really,
that whole promo package and stuff like that was brilliant. Yeah, was just like
I thought that was Steve.
Yeah. No. When they had
what are you talking about?
When EC3 brought Control Your Narrative into TNA when Moose was world champion.
You know when he came.
What a waste of spunk that was.
No, I thought the promo was good.
The promos were fantastic, but the match itself was a bit of a letdown.
It was rubbish. Absolute rubbish. That whole process was absolute rubbish. The dude should have just signed with fucking Impact. We'd have him on TNA now. It would have been great. Instead, he's prancing around with the NWA title like he's some sort of hero. Have you noticed actually he's suddenly getting tattoos?
Yeah, I've seen he's got the 3 tattoo.
Yeah, but he's got loads of tattoos. He's got loads of tattoos now. Yeah, honestly.
He's got a lot of time on his hands because I'm guessing NWA aren't doing much at the minute.
No. Control the Narrative absolutely went up the Swanee. He blames that on Braun Strowman, doesn't he? He blames that on him.
Oh, I don't know. When he started getting involved with Austin Aries and Killer Cross, I thought that was probably a bold move, seeing as they burn bridges everywhere they go. But I did hear something about Austin Aries is trying to get back in the ring.
Yeah, I've got that on my thing in a minute. We'll talk about that in a second. Okay. All right. But there you go. That was garbage. I was not happy with EC3 coming back for just a couple of shows. No, I agree. I thought he should
bury the title that they're now named after.
Yeah, he should have just come back, man. It was ridiculous.
Big loser.
Awesome. Antonio Baker is saying that what are our thoughts on Ethan Page's return, especially after him complaining about the Good Brothers money the last time he was there, etc.
Ethan.
I to be honest, I was never a Page fan, so I couldn't.
The whole Kung Fu Master thing,
not bothered. Not bothered, mate. Absolutely not bothered at all. Now, listen, this is big news. Rich Homie Swann is back on Twitter at Rich Swann TNA and on Instagram at TNA Swann 91. Now, guys, go and follow Rich Swann. He's going to be backflipping all over the place. So you need to go and check that out because, Homie Swann is the man. He's obviously part of first class, and if you're not first class, you're last. What a shit saying.
Yeah.
But that is the fact. I've got to say it. I've got to say it because that's his thing, and I love Rich Swann. Big fan of Rich Homie Swann right now. But anyway, it's at his Instagram is at TNA Swann 91, and on Twitter or X, what we want to call it, is at Rich Swann TNA.
It was the second guy we covered when we first started Impacted in 2020.
It is actually, yeah, it is.
Yeah,
big Rich Swann fan. I love Rich Swann, and of course we love Sue as well.
yeah.
We do. And I'd like to meet Baby Swan. That would be wonderful. Baby Swan Young. Baby Swan Young? I don't know.
Yeah.
Baby Young Swan. I don't know. Something along those lines. Anyway, the marketing of TNA invading Cincinnati has been hyped up by all the talent having their own posters to promote all over social media. And they've done this before, and I think it worked really, really well. I can't remember when they did it, but they did it. Was it for BFG last year, possibly? Or the year?
Yes, most likely, yeah. It was towards the end of last year was when they really started up in the advertising a lot more. So around post-anniversary, coming up to
I love it. I love all this. Impact Wrestling invades Cincinnati. I love it. And then, of course, you've got your individual talent from the roster being hyped. And they're all posting them all over the place. So it's fantastic. That's exactly what we're talking about. Get your roster, working for you when it comes to the socials, when it comes to marketing. It works. If all of them get involved in all of that, it could work. So we'll see on that one. But I'm glad to see that they are up in that side of things a little bit more. When it comes to localized advertising, I mean, I'm not in the local vicinity, so I couldn't tell you where that's been upped. I know that when we did the Vegas stuff, they had some big billboards and electronic stuff going on, which was really good. So
Joe Hendry got his face across from the dome in Vegas.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I mean. Right. Okay. So we talked about it just now. Ace Austin. Now the rumor has it, Austin Aries. Sorry, not Ace Austin. Austin Aries was backstage at Rebellion talking to TNA high ups. What are your thoughts on the possibility of Austin Aries coming back to TNA? Now, I'm going to say, he can go fuck himself as far as I'm concerned. What are your thoughts on Austin Aries? I'm going to go with Joe first.
He's had a second chance, but when he came back, it was the first time I'd seen him in the ring outside WWE. But he burnt bridges the last time he left before he went to WWE. He made a hell of a scene when he left the time before. And if people are saying the same thing about like Tessa Blanchard and guys like that, and people like that who burn bridges and don't deserve a second chance, Ethan Page, I'd be very, very optimistic. And if they bring on Austin Aries back, he's a bloody great wrestler, but his attitude, I hope that just doesn't fuck everything up again if they do bring him back. Personally, I'm not bothered if he comes back or not. I would rather see Tessa Blanchard return than Austin Aries come back.
Okay, what about you, Craig? Austin Aries, hit me.
Open the door.
Really?
Open the door. Roll out the red carpet. Say, look, let's put the past behind us. You were a TNA great in the ring. You were absolutely fantastic. You look at his in-ring ability, but we're gonna gaffer tape you gob because you're a gobshite and you're not allowed to say anything.
I could see him putting on some fucking great matches with Mike Bailey and Jonathan Gresham.
Oh man, there's a match in MLW that he done with against Ace Austin, and he was literally treating Ace Austin like a schoolboy. He really was, but it was just it's the in-ring ability of Austin Aries is absolutely phenomenal. The attitude, it stinks. Yeah. But then I don't know. Maybe we could play with it because, like, one of the things that I liked about if you look at Austin Aries, you look at when El Patron. Sorry, I didn't mean to mention him. I don't want to give him any credit. But you look at when he no showed. Then we had the Lucha Brothers. That was a great match, And was it Austin Aries who fought Fallah for the title.
Yes.
That was a decent match as well.
Yeah.
So
It was really
he can
good.
carry someone. Do you know what I mean? So I think
No. He didn't carry Bala. He didn't carry fella Bala.
No, I mean like he can put on a match. Like he can sell and stuff like that for others. You know, I do think he's a great talent, but I also think he is a great risk. And is it what we need right now, considering some of the bad news that we've had and some of the chops and changes and stuff like that? I'm gonna say that if he comes back, then cool. I would tune in and I'd want to watch him. At the same time, put him against Con, put him against Sami Callihan, put him in a Full Metal Mayhem, something like that. Put him somewhere where he refuses to do it and say, well, look, if you want to be here, you got to fit in line. You got to do what we tell you to, not what you want to do.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But I would stick with Joe, and I would say that out of the two, I'd much rather see Tessa back in TNA.
Yeah,
although she has said that her intention is to stay in Mexico for now. So, but you know, so any chance of Tessa match coming back is very slim, if it's at all.
Money talks. Money talks. You know. Dirty cash, I need you. Dirty cash, I need you. Oh, yeah. So, but yeah, money does talk, and I things like that. I just sort of kind of take with a pinch of salt. And actually, sometimes people say stuff like that just to cover their tracks, so it could potentially become a surprise. So you hear people saying stuff like, "Oh no, I'm happy where I am," or "I'm doing this," or "I'm doing that," blah blah blah, and then all of a sudden they turn up. Tessa, yes, because I think she deserves a second chance of redemption. Aries is done it more than once to TNA, and
it's like Loki. I wouldn't take him back again after everything.
No, I mean Loki's had 3 or 4 chances.
Yeah,
he still turns into a twat. So I don't know. I love Loki as well. I love his deep voice.
Same.
This little guy with a deep voice. He's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Do you remember when he did come back for the? I think it was the GF. Global Force Wrestling thing.
Where he was supposed to face Eli Drake for the world title, and then Alberto El Patron came in and stole his place or something like that, and then it just pissed him off. So I understand his frustration there, but then when he left, he went over to Japan and just whinged and bitched about TNA.
That's right. But he the other thing that he did was, which was really good in the lead up, was he did some X Division thing.
Yeah,
it was like a real build into like the X Division, and he did all this promo stuff, this backstage promo vignettes and stuff, talking about the X Division and all that. That was really good stuff. And he came across really well, and he was a good talker. He always was a good talker. But his attitude stinks at times, because I think he just thinks he's like this almighty god of X Division style wrestling, I think.
Yeah,
well, he was good.
Not the god of excellence.
No, exactly. Anyway, KC Navarro took a newly crowned DMC champion, Laredo Kid, on the countdown to Under Siege. Could we see him signed along with a potential debuting Viva Van on Explosion this past week? What do you think? What do you think about these two fantastic talents?
I hope so. I hope we do see them signed.
Didn't KC dip his toe in back, probably last year, something like that? Dipped his toe in, then went elsewhere, got let down there, and then he's back again. I don't buy into him.
He was never signed. He was never signed anywhere.
No.
He's not been signed anywhere. He was just doing the rounds. But he was not signed to TNA. Elsewhere. Yeah, but not. He didn't leave TNA. If they didn't offer him a contract, he's got to try and get one.
I mean, it's just another guy. It's just that there's no. I don't really see much character or much draw to him. To be fair, it's just we've got that covered. If he wants to step in.
I see him more as I see him in the vein of like an Alex Zane, like a younger version, up and coming character like that, possibly a Leo Rush style guy, but he could potentially be like that young up and coming star that we could mold and build into.
No, let's stick with Leon Slater. We've got him. I don't think we need him.
Well, okay, but what if he gets injured?
Then KC Navarro can come along.
And what happens when the ones that aren't signed piss off?
Then we'll just
then we
watch
bring him
PCA.
in.
Then we riot.
24 hours. What's that?
All I'm saying is, dude, we need to sign more of our own talents, and I think he would be a good talent because he's not going to cost as much as a Mustafa Ali, for instance, but he would put on great matches, and we could build that talent into the TNA X division talent that we want them to be, and wouldn't be as expensive. So I don't know. I mean, we've got loads of people out there. We've still got, like you say, Sheldon Jean. That hasn't sort of kind of like we haven't seen him for a while, but there's still some great talents out there. So hopefully we'll see Sheldon a bit more. Actually, and we still got Jack Price. We need Jason Hotch, I think, to start building in on his own now. We need to get him out of the good hands. Get rid of Skylar, and then push Skylar. Skylar, who is Skylar?
You want to get rid of Skylar?
Yeah, man, get rid of him.
But do you not remember Skylar's run before the Good Hands when he came in before he went off with Control Your Narrative?
Yeah.
He was like this dirty, he was winning by cheating and stuff like that. But he went on a real streak, and I really do think that he's a talent in the ring.
Right.
I think that I'd rather sign and keep him than have him.
Get out.
I'd rather have him than keep. I'd rather keep him than have Casey Navarro.
Really?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
He's
Punk,
got
thank you ever so much. Thank you ever so much, buddy. No, I don't know. Skylar's not for me. He's not for me. I know that J-Bone loves him, but he's not for me. I find him a bit bland and boring. Doesn't really have any character really, other than being a bit of a an asshole. To be fair, he does the same old shit every single show when he comes out, does the whole, this place stinks.
I love it.
You're all a bunch of losers. And
I absolutely love it. It's more interesting than watching bloody PCO get jump started.
In the minute, possibly. Although I don't know, I quite like the jump start stuff. But anyway. God. I do. I like that, especially when Jordan Grace.
I liked it once, but what's she doing? Why are you going and jump starting your tag team partner? Do you know what I mean? Just
why not?
I wish she got it wrong. Just put them elsewhere or something. It's hilarious.
Accidentally set him on fire.
Brilliant.
That would have been entertaining. But yeah, so. Anyway, I've totally lost track of what I was talking about. Can I just say thank you to Punk, by the way, for his super sticker? Appreciate that, my friend. Thank you very so much. Explosion, boys. Quick rundown of Explosion. We're 50 minutes in, so we need to get on to Under Siege. Okay, so Explosion rundown. We had the From the Vault, which was Eddie Edwards and Finjuice. I like Finjuice versus the Elite. We then had Around the Ring with Zachary Wentz. And then the main event was Decay defeating Viva Van and Alex Gracia in the main event of Explosion.
Gia Miller with the best reaction to Rosemary biting anyone ever. That was just pure gold.
Yeah, definitely.
Big slice of cake.
Big stuff.
It was some lovely cake.
That's going to be a soundbite soon.
What did you think of Viva Van, Joe? What do you think of Viva Van? Because I think she's amazing.
They were both really, really impressive. I really did enjoy this match. It was great to see these two. I think but if both of them can get signed, they should do, because it would be great for them like as tag team division. It'd be great for them like as division itself when they eventually part ways and go in the singles run. They were both really, really impressive, and they really, really held their own against Havok and Rosemary throughout most of the match too. It wasn't one-sided. It was, you think just because it's a new team coming in, DK would dominate, but they went on for a good 15 minutes, and it was just really, really good. I enjoyed both of them so much.
Good. I thought it was a solid match. I really enjoyed it, and to be fair, when it comes to Decay, we always get good matches because Rosemary is awesome. And of course, the veteran Jessica Havok is great as well. So you're always going to get a good match, and it's nice to see a couple of young ladies getting involved. But I have to say, Viva Van Vixen is amazing, and I would love to see her sign. I really would. She's amazing. top notch. And we need knockouts at the moment. We could do with some knockouts in a minute, just to fill that knockouts roster out a little bit. She is top notch. I'd like to see Hyon as well, but there you go. That's another story. But guys, please take the time to share and like today's show. Help us to promote TNI and, of course, TNA to the masses. Did you like that? You like the way I did that?
Yeah, it's very good.
It was nice, wasn't it? I was doing it with my big smiley face, like cheese style. Hey, Norris. I wanted to go with cheese. I'm going to do it again. Please take the time to share and like today's show. Help us to promote TNI and, of course, TNA to the masses.
I just can't take it seriously with Joe in the corner.
I was doing puppy dog eyes and that, inspired by my 2 dogs, to try and get everyone
Okay. Hey, Courtney, you haven't missed the show, darling. You just missed the beginning bit where we were talking about news and reviews. But please share the show. Let everybody know we're live. Let's get people in checking us out. Right, so we're 51 minutes in. Let's get on to Under Siege. And let's see what we've got to go. Let's see what we've got to go. So we hit the countdown. Rhino defeats a returning VSK. VSK. Not a fan. I know that he's under the learning tree of one of our favorites.
He made the cut. He made
the cut. Yeah. So yeah. But yeah, nice. It's nice to see VSK back. Don't get me wrong. It is nice to see, but I found him a bit bland and boring. Nice to see Rhino get a win, make himself. You got to put the Rhino over every now and again. The F.B.I. defeated a team called Batiri. Now, I'd never seen them before in my life, but
this was a good match. This was a really good match,
and I thought they were really good.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
I thought it was an incredible match. Given that I've missed 3 weeks of Impact, so this is the first time watching the new version of F.B.I. in the ring. They were amazing, and it's great to see. Like, we've got it's almost like when LAX returned. It's great to see that sort of chapter, a bit of TNA history coming back in a new incarnation. Not Matt Hardy style, but
wonderful.
And the match itself was amazing too. Really, they went up against a veteran team who've been together for like 20 years.
Yeah,
and they both put on a hell of a match. Both teams. It was a solid match, a really good one to get you wanting to continue watching if you didn't care about Rhino versus VSK.
Yeah. No, definitely. And I have to say, Barry. Yeah. the Batiri looked like a tag team from the 90s. He's right, with the face paint and everything. Like, but I thought they were great.
I thought it was like a lime flavored version of Sting.
Well, maybe. I thought they looked more sort of
Sting
Aboriginal
comes in flavors.
I didn't know that. Flavored Stings. It comes in mint and strawberries and cream.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Allegedly.
Mint.
Allegedly.
Strawberries and cream is Surfer Sting.
And I want my pizzles back.
Nice to see you, Andrew, by the way. Andrew Pollard's arrived. Great to see you as well. So we got Courtney's in the house. Andrew's arrived as well, so it's all good. He's saying TNA been going to the bigger venues. Barden is not the first time in years. They've grown their attendance records. Not even the Pearl at the Palm. So it's going well. I think they are gradually growing the venues. Some of them are going back to the venues they've been to before, but they've increased capacity. Yeah. So they've opened up more seating to allow them to have bigger crowds, which I think is great. Okay. Laredo Kid defeats Casey Navarro to retain the DMC title. Now, I know you weren't overly impressed with Casey Navarro, Craig, but this was a really good match. I enjoyed this match. I think you had high flyers, going at it, hammering tongue, flying around all over the place. At times, you didn't know where to look. I thought it was a really good match. I enjoyed it.
No, very
Joe,
true.
what are your thoughts?
It was incredible. Laredo Kid is one of my favorite guys on the roster, and he's just it's amazing to see how much he's come back after that injury. You know, that still lingers in the back of my mind.
Yeah.
That injury he had. You know, DJZ had one about a couple of months before he got that. Laredo Kid got injured or something. So that was in my mind. And so, but the match, my God, it was so like you said, back and forth. You didn't know where to look half the time.
Yeah,
it was just so fluent and great storytelling from both of the guys. And it was
what
great.
Barry's saying here, what Barry is saying there, Craig.
Yeah, it was great to see Navarro.
You're
completely wrong. That's what he's saying.
I thought it was great to see Casey Navarro too. I
don't see any point.
No point at all.
Like, you know, he's had the floor wiped with him by Laredo Kid.
Well, that's cool
so
because as Laredo Kid is a champion.
Well, if we sign him, then like, you know, he's starting with an embarrassment, so at least he's got a rivalry. But I don't know. It's just no draw to him. Like, I think that, you know, who did we have back along on one of the pay-per-views? Was it Sonny Kiss? Sonny Kiss dropped in. I'd rather have Sonny Kiss over Casey Navarro, but I'm not management. Do you know what I mean? It's not for me.
You suck!
Thank you, Courtney.
Sonny who?
I did wonder what you were doing. I thought you were really appreciative to Courtney, to be fair.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. Flirting Courtney. You're a married man.
Sorry, I didn't realize. Okay, Under Siege starts. We get Josh Alexander, Eric Young defeating Frankie Kazarian and Steve Maclin.
Oh yes.
What are your thoughts on this match, Craig? Because I thought this was really good. I thought this is a real solid match from veterans, and of course, Steve Maclin I rate big time anyway. But these guys rock, right? What did you think on this match?
Just a huge display of power. Do you know what I mean? It had everything. Like, we had classic Eric Young, you know, folding over the turnbuckle and stuff. Loved how Eric Young came out with matching headwear. You know, that was a nice touch because obviously of his ear injury and stuff like that. But, you know, to have that kind of, it looked like Eric Young and Josh have been a tag team for years. Do you know what I mean? Both of them have got like tag team.
Well, we were lucky enough to see these guys tagging on the UK tour, if you remember.
Yeah, exactly. But like to see it in like in a pay-per-view on the grand stage and that, it was just, oh man, it was brilliant. And like you know, we touched on what was that guy called? Ethan Page, that's the one. And that guy, we spoke about him earlier, and the way that I would loop into that is obviously we saw whatever he wanted to do in Impact. People are saying like, oh, would you let him back in TNA? No, not at all, because he went off to some place called AEW, and he played second fiddle to a guy who played third fiddle to Christopher Daniels, Kazarian, Scorpio Sky, right? Scorpio Sky was the third man.
Yeah.
Kazarian and Christopher Daniels pretty much binned him off. Christopher Daniels went on like a slower schedule and stuff like that. Kazarian was still top of his game, but wasn't used properly. We've got him back. Thank God for that. You know, we're going to see the best years of him. You know, he's still in great shape and stuff like that, as you see in the match. But Scorpio Sky was then like, well, what am I going to do? So they teamed him up with Ethan Page, and they were just filler week in, week out. And it was just, like, don't get me wrong, Ethan Page, he's good on camera. Ethan Page is a great wrestler because he was great in CZW and stuff like that. But like when he calls himself all ego, that's all he is now. He's just ego. So I've gone on a bit of a tangent about Page here. What I'm saying is, out of that three-way that they had, we have the greatest guy. We have Kazarian. We have Kazarian back in TNA. Seeing Kazarian team up with what I basically will say is the future of TNA. Don't quote me on it, but I'm saying Steve Maclin, he is just the future because he covers, he brings people in. He's great on the microphone. Like, look what he done with Nick Nemeth. You know, he's just got everything.
Well,
And
I've said this before. Steve Maclin is TNA version of Stone Cold Steve Austin, and I don't care if you
100%.
disagree with me. But that's what
100%.
it is.
Like, the comparison, I know what you're saying about that comparison, but even with that said, I would say, like, he's got the Stone Cold about him, he's got the Rock about him, he's got the Kurt Angle about him, because he's got everything covered. And
Yeah.
I just think that he's the greatest signing that TNA has made, and the fact that he's got a new contract as well. I'm going to be biased. I would love to see him feud with Sami Callihan, but the fact that he's going to be feuding with Kazarian over the coming weeks, and that is just going to be 10 out of 10 to watch. It's going to be brilliant.
Yeah, it is going to be top notch. You're going to have the king of TNA versus the future king of TNA.
Yeah,
because I honestly believe that. I think Steve Maclin is a future legend of TNA. I believe that. Now, before the match begins, the personal concierge cleanses the ring of the dark spirits that introduce Ash by Elegance, who is wearing a necklace of garlic cloves. Yeah. You know what I've written here?
Tom Hanson losing his shit over everything, and Matthew Reynolds was trying to justify it all. That had me laughing too much.
I love this, right? I love this match, right? I thought it was a fun match. I really enjoyed it. But do you know what? I've written down pantomime match.
yeah,
Right? Because that's what it was. It was basically like it was a sports entertainment match.
Yeah.
And it was a pantomime, and it was like, she's behind you type scenario. And for those of you in America that don't understand the reference, over here in the UK, every Christmas we have these thing called a pantomime, and it's just basically like a Christmas story. Not always a story, not always a Christmas story, but like a classic story with goodies and baddies, almost very much like I always describe wrestling as a little bit like a pantomime, because you have the heel and you have the faces, and everybody boos and hisses the heels, and everyone cheers the faces.
he's behind you.
Yeah, and that's exactly what a pantomime is. Exactly that. You jeer and you hiss at the bad guys, and you cheer and you try and look after the good guys. That's what you try and do.
No, he isn't.
This match was a classic example of a pantomime in the UK. But that said, that doesn't mean I didn't enjoy it, because I did. I always enjoy.
I enjoyed her outfit.
I bet you did. I do enjoy these. She was in white, wasn't she? She came out in white? No, she came out in black. No,
That is not an appropriate question.
I honestly can't remember. But either way, yeah, they all look fantastic. And the gift match I thought was fun. It wasn't the best match in the world, but it was fun. What are your thoughts, Joe? Because you're a big Rosemary and Havok fan, so what are your
It was like you said, it was more of a sports entertainment type match, but it was a good character development match, and the best part about it was how it ended, and Ash just completely flips and goes berserk and just destroys Havok afterwards. Literally just goes absolutely batshit crazy with the chair, and then knocks her out on the ramp. Yeah. That made the sitting through the match worth it, and the match wasn't bad. I enjoyed all the stuff in the ring. I enjoyed Rosemary drinking the holy water and going fucking berserk. that made me laugh, and that was just Rosemary's just the queen of kayfabe. So whenever she does anything, it's just going to be really entertaining, whether it's good or bad. But Rosemary hasn't done anything wrong since she stepped into TNA.
Oh, Rosemary's amazing, and I just love Rosemary. Just if you haven't seen my interview with Rosemary, it's got a lot of views. If you haven't seen it, you need to go and check it out. It's really good.
Yeah.
Full makeup, full character, absolutely awesome. One of the best things I've ever done is interview Rosemary from Decay. You need to go and check it out. Gia Miller interviews Broken Matt Hardy and Speedball Mountain, who vow to render the system obsolete.
Wonderful.
ball of speed. Trent the seventh.
Oh, it's amazing. But yeah, they're gonna obsolete, which was great. And Matt gives Speedball and Trent Seven some robes and everything so they can, obviously all match. And yes, delete.
I love how Mike Bailey just completely switched from someone he didn't think was really good or with any much charisma to what he did when he just literally just switched to a completely different character, and he's just absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, his wrestling has been 10 out of 10, but his character has just been stale for ages. And I'm just like, what does this guy do? And then all of a sudden, he's just this ball of speed, and he's just straight into it, and it's brilliant.
He's finally into a character. I think the problem is when they brought him in, they didn't bring him in as a character as such. They brought him in on his ring ability. So they thought,
fantastic, but
he'll get over on great matches, and he has. Yeah. But like ages ago, before you joined the team, we had this conversation, Joe, if you remember, when I said great matches are only going to take him so far. He needs, yes, you're going to get a great match out of him, but if he's going to have longevity, then he needs to build a character. He needs to be able to talk. He needs to be able to, make a story happen. And now we're finally seeing some kind of character coming from him in the broken universe, as it were. Green beans for all. So we'll just have to see.
Do we look any further into the fact that Matt Hardy's using obsolete quite a lot, seeing as that's Brother Nero saying?
Yeah, Jeff Hardy's contract is up at the end of the month.
Wonderful.
Yes. Oh, no,
that's how we started the show. We've got halfway through, and we're back to the Matt Hardy impression. Delete.
We're back to it. Anyway, so it's all good. Now, ahead of his upcoming match, Joe Hendry speaks on his success of a new release of his theme song. I think he mentioned that it's risen to number 4 or number 6 or something. Was that in the US, I think, or was that in the world? I don't know.
In the UK, he got to number 4 downloads and number 6 overall views.
Right.
And I didn't say much about the US, but it got to number 2 in Ireland. On this week's food fight, he breaks it down a lot more into how far he got through to everything. I mentioned it at the top of the show where he got to, so I won't repeat it again.
Yeah. But there was lots of good stuff on there. I love the way the crowd were going, number 6.
Yeah. The crowd were going,
I want to hear an Irish person sing the Joe Hendry song to me now. Now you've said how high it got in Ireland. Joe Hendry.
Oh, that would be awesome.
I need it. it.
I'm so glad I don't have my Irish accent anymore.
I'll put it this way: Zachary Wentz was not impressed. And then I thought we had a pretty hard hitting match actually. Against Joe Hendry, Zach looked pretty big. I've always thought Zach was quite small.
Right.
But I don't think he's as small as you sort of kind of initially think.
No.
He looked reasonable. But Joe Hendry obviously defeats Zack because it would be stupid now to have him lose to anybody. But I thought it was an okay match. Not one of Joe's best matches, I don't think. There was a couple of fumbles. But it was a solid match. What do you think, Joe?
It was a good entertaining match to carry the card forward. I enjoyed it. It did its job. So all I can say, it was just a great match to keep everyone entertained while we built up to some of the bigger matches later on. It didn't waste any time.
Did you enjoy it? Great.
I did, but like you say, with Zack being quite hench now, it's I'm just wondering if he's going to start moving away from doing the high flying moves and stuff like that. Is it going to change his moveset or anything like that? But Big Wentz fan. Honestly, big Wentz fan. I just think it's we're in good shape. We're in good form with the roster that we've got. I have just got distracted, to be fair, because I was just looking then because I don't know why I've got distracted on it. I was trying to see if Alan Angels is still on our roster. He is. It was only because the Death Machine, Sami Callan's come back and got his own TV show. And I was like, hang on, we've already got a TV show.
Yeah.
And Angels TV or whatever he calls it. Oh, no, that's the channel on the High Members of Sky, isn't it?
But he's sort of kind of not been around for a few weeks, but I guess we'll have to see. Chris Maycock, nice to see you. Thanks for joining us. Okay, so it's all good. We then go on to the Knockouts tag team match. So we get Spitfire versus Alisha Ass Edwards and Masha. And it seems that Craig got his wish come true with Alisha Edwards and Masha Slamovich winning the KO tag titles from Spitfire.
She's going to get gold. It's in Eddie's contract. You watch.
Even though Lars Fredrickson was in Spitfire's corner, it just wasn't enough. And on commentary as well. I'm gutted about this because I think, not because I don't think Alisha should carry a title or I don't want to see Masha win a title. I do because I love Masha's like one of my favorites. But I just felt that Spitfire built such a good momentum up. And we got to stop hot potato in this title because it's going to become a joke. Because I can't see Alisha and Masha holding it for very long.
No.
So, and for me, they've done it just to enhance the story of the system.
I don't know whether to say congratulations or I'm sorry.
It's not for me. It's not for me.
No.
If it was,
I'm not happy with it. I just knew that it would happen.
If it was Masha and Killer Kelly as MK Ultra again, I guess I'd be fine with it because at least they are former champions and they're awesome. But I just feel that at this point now, it's starting to become, and I hate to agree with Mir, but it is starting to become a bit of a joke because they keep hot potato in the title. I think Spitfire should have kept it for at least until Slammiversary. In my opinion, give them a bit of a run,
Totally with you.
I don't know. That's my thoughts anyway. Courtney, I don't think Masha's in the system.
No, that's where they're going with this. I agree. I think that Clayton, I want to see Alisha Edwards win the title. I would have preferred to see Spitfire hold on to it for a bit longer. But Masha Slamovich has done all the legwork, and she also helped Alisha Edwards win her match the night before.
Yeah.
And if you watch their post-match promo where she's celebrating with Brian Myers and Eddie Edwards and that, Masha Slamovich says something and walks off. And I'm pretty what she said was, "I basically carried you, or you wouldn't be there without me," sort of thing. So I think it's not going to be long until Masha just backfists Alisha Edwards.
Oh, I had closed captions on it. It said, "I render you obsolete." So I don't know what's going on there.
Fair play. But it's a shame because, like you said, I think Spitfire could have carried the titles for a little while. We could have seen them have a little title run, and I think that would have elevated the KO title a little bit until Kira Hogan was ready to come back, and we could have the reunition of Fire and Flavor, the original champions, to then take it as to Slammiversary. That would be awesome. AJ Francis.
Where's Tasha Steele? Like, what's going on with Tasha Steele? She kind of dips in and sods off for 3 months.
Yeah, I know. It's weird. I don't know what's going on with her. AJ Francis and Rich Swann speak on the changes to tonight's card. Instead of facing digital media champion Laredo Kid, Swann will go one-on-one with Jake Something. So we then move into the match, Jake Something versus Rich Swann. Now, after Hammerstone was not cleared to compete tonight, Jake Something will battle Rich Swann for the first time ever. Swann distracts the referee, allowing Francis to bulldoze Something at ringside. Back in the ring, Swann targets the eyes of Something. Francis delivers another cheap shot from the outside. Something fights back with a big clothesline, then spikes Swann first time face first into the mat. Something hits something. It's really weird because when you're saying something all the time, it's like, it doesn't. It's weird. Something is. It should say Jake. Jake hits the torture rack, backbreaker for 2. Jake swats him out from midair with a forearm shot. The referee catches Francis attacking Jake something at ringside. The referee is about to call the bell when Cody Deaner interrupts. Deaner gives the people a choice: end the match in disqualification or restart it as a tag team match. The people have spoken, and the tag team match is on. So we then get First Class versus Jake something and Cody Deaner. And this is quite short. Francis hits a vicious clothesline on the apron, but gets taken out with a dive by something. Swann capitalizes off the distraction with a frog splash to something and get the free count. Then, so basically, First Class get the win over Jake something and Cody Deaner. I wanted to read all that one out because obviously the way that one sort of kind of meshed from a singles match into a tag match needed to be sort of kind of explained, I guess. Now, I'm not going to lie. You know, I'm loving Rich Swann. I'm loving First Class. I am. I love them. I think they're great. The saying First Class or last.
It's deliberately cheesy.
If you ain't first, you're last.
I think it's shit.
It's deliberately cheesy by the Cheese It Champion.
Okay.
Hey. I like
I'm sure
that.
it's not. I'm sure.
I don't know what's cheesier, what you just said or what they say.
Yeah, it's not a very good catchphrase. However, Rick Homie Swann is spot on.
I keep calling him AJ Tracy, so you know.
AJ Tracy. So it's Rich Homie Swann with AJ Tracy.
That would be a tag team.
It would. But did you notice there was no diving whatsoever? There was no diving involved.
No, banned from diving.
You are banned from diving.
Oh, dear. I weren't prepared for
that. So all good. But anyway, I'm liking what they're doing. I think this is cool. I'm not sure about bringing Jake something and Cody Deaner back together again. To me, it almost feels like
they can't do that just hollow though. Like, are they going to bring them back and they're going to be like cousin Deaner and stuff like that, like they were in Wrestle House or what?
My problem with it is it's almost like they're trying to find something for Deaner rather than
no. Like I know that Dean has been like more of a producer backstage, isn't he? Like I do love the like whole crowd interaction Deaner, like kind of like the Deaner that we had when he was messing around with EY and ODB. You know, I do like that kind of Deaner, but it does seem a bit desperate, you know, and it's just desperate Deaner. That's what we're going to call him from now on. Jake something and desperate.
Yep.
You know, it's just
yeah, I like it.
I do like it, but then I'm kind of like, why are we getting Deaner instead of Santino? Because I know which one would be more of a pull.
Yeah,
you know, out of the two of them. So, but who knows? We're not TNA.
No,
they are. They make the decisions.
Yeah, they do. They do. Fucking let down. Anyway, we then get John Gresham. Big entrance, big new look. Looks like a dark version of a cross between the Great Muta and Drago, as we were talking about earlier. So we've got John Gresham versus Kushida. Obviously, this was match just sort of plucked out of nowhere. But basically, it was a really solid match. You know, there's no doubt about it. You've got two fantastic wrestlers in the ring, technical wrestlers going at it. It was a good match. But, you know, obviously, as the match commences, we get the gesture of Gresham, you know, coughing and like, you know, he's like acting like he's got something stuck in his throat and all that kind of stuff. But basically, that all led to the point where Gresham coughs up the black ink, rubs it in Kushida's face and mouth, and then Gresham gets the win, which I thought was weird because it wasn't a no DQ match. And to be fair, sticking ink down someone's throat is surely a disqualification. So that didn't make any sense whatsoever. And I felt that the execution of the ink was bad. So everything else I thought was good. I thought the match was great. I love the look. I like where they're going with it, but they need to figure out a better way to distribute that ink. You know, they need like more like he spits it at them, or like I don't know, like he knocks them out, he knocks his opponents out or something, stands over the top of them and then drips it out of his mouth into theirs or something. I don't know, but there has to be.
Looks like something I watched. Oh no, I won't mention it. No, it looks like something I watched on a very different website. Okay. It doesn't matter.
We'll talk about that right now. This is a PG.
I'll send you the link.
You know, but I think that's the thing for me. They need to come up with a better way of using the ink gimmick. I'm not saying it's not good. I like it. I think it's good. Now he either spits at them or, like you said, he knocks their opponents out and then sort of kind of drips it from his mouth over them or something. I don't know. But what I felt at the end of the match was almost like Kushida was turning when he was being taken off. You could see something was going on. He'd been inked in the mouth and he was changing. He wasn't just
on that subject. Let me just stop you there. If you cast your mind back, I'm not sure if it was Impact or if I'm getting it confused with on Under Siege, but did you remember when Santino got Gresham to sign the contract and stuff, and then he went to the sink and he had ink on his hands? He was like, son of a gun. He's trying to wash it off. So what if we're going to just get this whole army of like octopus people or something like that? Yeah. Or maybe Santino comes out and he's a snake. And maybe like Kushida comes out and he's a
Pokemon
surfboard.
That's disgusting.
But no, it's when you were saying about Kushida. Yeah. It's when you said about Kushida turning, I just thought, hang on, what if Santino's turning as well? But I don't know. Like, it's too pantomimey, shall I say? It was a weird gimmick. I totally agree with you. It's like it was a good match. It was a good fight, but the gimmick at the end was just, well, where are we going with this?
I got it. You know, I understood what was going on. I could tell that something was going to happen with ink of some sort. That's what he was doing, the whole coughing thing. I got it. I understood what was going on. I actually thought he was going to spit the black ink.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be like a poison mist, but I think it fucked up.
You think you were supposed to be a poison mist?
Yeah, I do. I think it was supposed to be a poison mist, and so something just went wrong, so we have to improvise.
Oh, okay. Because that's the thing. I think, maybe that's what happened. Then he improvised. But I don't know. The delivery of it was very clumsy, I thought.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. I thought it was a bit clumsy. But there you go. Paul Matthewson saying he didn't think much of the character, but he's going to give it a chance. I think it's important. Yeah. I think when you get new characters introduced, you have to give it a little bit of time to develop and see where it goes. I mean, if we end up with like an army of octopuses, that would be quite cool. Yeah, that's it. They could be called the Octopussies, couldn't they?
I mean, they could. I don't know if it'll work. But...
maybe it's the birth of the new foundation or something. I don't know. Something's happening.
Yeah.
And it's all taking time to build. But there you go. Anyway, Jordynne Grace and PCO versus Steph DeLander and Con. Craig's been loving waking up every morning to messages from me. And I keep telling him...
yeah, tell them the context.
Yeah. No. But he knows. He knows that he knows. That's all that matters. But either way, this match was sort of kind of like built up. We've not been big fans of the way PCO and Con are being used at the moment, and I still don't feel it works in this match. But I'm going to go through it. So Delander and Con cut off the ring as they begin to wear PCO down. After being beaten down for several minutes, PCO creates separation with the clothesline to Con. PCO makes a tag to Grace, and the pace quickens. Grace spikes Delander with a juggernaut jackhammer. Delander uses the referee for a shield, allowing her to then gain control. Grace delivers a low blow to Con while the referee's attention is diverted. Grace puts her power on display as she picks up Con. That was pretty cool, to be fair, and drives him into the mat. PCO dives through the legs of Grace, colliding with Con on the outside. Grace puts Delander away with a juggernaut driver for the win. That's simple. I thought. Did you see? I'm going to say this now quickly. I'm going to get it out of the way. Did you see the state of PCO's left hip?
Yeah. Con went flat out and really slapped some meat.
Fucking hell. I honestly, I was like, Jesus Christ, this guy's going to like talk about bursting blood vessels. I mean, Jesus Christ, he exploded his left hip all over the shop.
Yeah, this is horrible.
It was. It was unbelievable.
Not the tits Craig wanted to see.
No.
Wrong corner.
What were your thoughts?
Bison's been sorting out my inbox for that one with the Steph Delander one, so that's absolutely fine. Happy balance.
So help me out. What do you think of this? I'm going to go, Joe. I'm going to go with Craig on this one. What were your thoughts on this?
I think Con can retire now after being thrown around by Jordynne Grace. That's absolutely pathetic. Just like, thanks for your time. See you later. There's no character progress there if you're getting thrown around by someone half your size and the opposite gender. I'd make it a bit more controversial. But the match was just a gimmick fest, and I just it just didn't work for me. And I was just like, I think, don't get me wrong, I've seen Steph Delander in other places, various places, but she's done like a lot of work with like Matt Cardona and GCW and stuff like that. Yeah. I wish she was. But she's done like a lot of work with Matt Cardona and stuff like that.
Box, so you wish you were in her box?
Yes. Just yes.
Oh baby!
Sweet answer.
But it's just I'm trying to compose myself here. It's just the way that SDL, she can really hold a match. She can really do a match well. She's done some great matches with Mansa in MLW. She's fantastic talent. But I think that to have PCO and Con in this match, are they stuck for time or something? Do they need these characters to have other characters to try and make them relevant, or can we just get rid of them? Because those women would have had a 10-star match. It would have been absolutely brilliant to just see them two head to head without the goons, without the zombie guys, without the weird, the younger and the older version of PCO, because that's what they look like to me. But yeah, I wasn't a fan. It was a 2 out of 10.
With only one left hit showing.
Yeah, it was a 2 out of 10 from me, and that was only because there was 2 people in it that mattered, and the rest was just fodder.
It was just fodder. And I'm down with Barry. I mean, Barry's saying that PCO has gone from having great matches against Jonah, Doc Gallows, Steve Maclin, etc., to doing this shit. And then, of course, and I agree with Paul Matthewson there as well. He's saying that they're really making the knockouts division look a bit shit right now. I think you're right. I mean, I noticed the lineup for this Thursday as well. We'll get to it in a minute. I've literally put a question mark. No knockouts. So I'm not sure what's going on there. But anyway. Okay, let's move on because that one wasn't great and I don't want to waste any more time on it. Match of the night alert coming. X Division champion Mustafa Ali faces Ace Austin for the X Division championship. This match was a banger.
It's a banger, not a banger.
I am not gonna run this one down, and I'll tell you why. Because it was just so damn good that it doesn't. I don't need to describe this match. It was just so good. you know, it had everything you would expect from what you'd expect from Ace Austin and what we've seen so far from Mustafa Ali. I thought this match was absolutely 5 out of 5. Joe,
Yeah.
you love this match. What do you think?
Oh yes, I love this match. We got to see Mustafa Ali really step up again. We got to see him really, really deliver. If people thought it was half-assing it when beforehand, check this match out, because he just went to another level in this match. And Ace Austin, he took some really nasty bumps in this match. You know, he's smashed his shoulder into the turnbuckle about halfway through and carried on the rest of the match basically with one arm, and his other shoulder popped out for about a couple of minutes as well. Ace Austin once again just showing he is miles ahead of his time. He's one of the best professional wrestlers in the world right now. He's only still in his early to mid 20s, and he's acting like he's a 20-year veteran. He's such an incredible wrestler, and the staff Ali did an amazing job letting him have his spots. And you know, but they just bounced off each other so well in this match too. It was just absolute banger after banger after banger in this match from both of them. It was the best match, one of the best matches of the year for me, and match of the night for me. Absolutely incredible.
It was so good. Barry, you absolutely missed out, mate. Barry's put he turned the pay-per-view of the mixed tag match. Gave up on it. Thankfully, decided to watch it. Oh, okay, good. Because this match was absolutely incredible.
It's been a bangorama.
Yeah, I mean, after the mixed tag, I was like, oh my god, this better be good, because you know, like, where are we going to go with this? And I'm a little bit gutted really, because I'm a big fan of Steph, I'm a big fan of Jordynne, and I do like PCO as well, but like, I don't know what's going on, because this is just not good. It's not good stuff. So it's really good that this match then sort of kind of like brought everything back in perspective again. Incredible stuff. Now, of course, the Ball of Speed, Mike Bailey and Trent the Seventh, are broken for tonight's 6-man tag team main event.
Yes.
Side broken Matt Hardy. Now, before I go into this match, because this match was actually really good.
This is a really good match too. I love this one.
It's not obviously at the level of Ali and Ace Austin, but it was a very good match. Lots of good storytelling. But I thought this was a good match. What's this? Simply Steve. I hate being up Scott, but sadly, if you look at the best years of the knockouts, it was when he booked it. What, Scott Demore is he talking about? Okay.
Yeah, sorry, I put in the comments, I said, how do we restore the knockout division? And I think he's replying to me there saying like,
oh, okay. Yeah, possibly.
In knockout. Sorry, I've kind of got a side chat going on.
I think the issue at the moment with the knockouts is that the roster's not got loads. We're down on knockouts at the moment. Our strongest knockouts aren't around as much. So like Kylan King at the moment is injured. For a start, she would be, she would be potentially feuding with Jordynne Grace right now. You know what I mean? That's what you got to think about.
Yeah.
Masha's tied up with this storyline with the system. She would be an expert for me. Amazing talent. So, but those are your two best, strongest, I think. They're on the roster at the moment.
I think if Kylan King was fit, then I reckon she would be where Masha is, and Masha would still be with Kelly.
Possibly.
I reckon King would be just a fantastic addition to the system. To be fair, because she's just an animal. She's brilliant.
She would click in perfectly.
I think you're probably right. And of course, we've got Giselle Shaw injured at the moment as well. So we are down on numbers of quality talents at the moment. You know, we've still got your Tasha Steeles. She's not around much either at the moment. I don't know whether that is intentional, whether that is of her own doing, possibly. Maybe she's looking for, not to be around quite as full time. But either way, the division needs a little bit of help. We need to bring in some talents, which is why we've been hoping for Camille to turn up. We've been hoping for other talents to turn up. But I think, the loss of Deanna Purrazzo hasn't been filled yet. The loss of Naomi or Trinity or whatever hasn't been filled yet. So I think, it's just a shame at the moment. It is. I think if Kira Hogan came back, get her back.
I would love
with
to see a
Steels.
Kira Hogan
Let's
back.
get Fire and Flavor back together again. You know what I mean?
I love seeing Kira Hogan's back.
Yeah, that would be amazing. Okay. The system. TNA World Champion Moose and TNA World Tag Team Champions Brian Myers and Eddie Edwards versus Team Matt Hardy or Team Broken or Broken Mountain, whatever you want. Oh my God!
You nearly said Brokeback Mountain.
I nearly said Brokeback Mountain there.
Balls of speed.
Anyway, balls
Trent
of speed.
7-inch.
Good God, this show is absolutely. I don't know. Anyway, right.
Who booked this?
Let's get this back on track. Anyway, Tony the Clown apparently signed Camille back in.
Right back on track.
Right. Okay. This is how the match went down as the system took on Brokeback Mountain. So Hardy wants to get his hands on Moose, but the champ backs down and offers up Eddie Edwards instead. Myers avoids double knees with Bailey. Myers makes a tag to Moose, but hits the thunderous Uranagi on Bailey. The system cut off the ring to employ quick tags to wear Bailey down. Bailey counters another Uranagi attempt and rolls through to make the tag to Trent the Seventh. I think this is going to be hard.
Look at this dumbass.
Yeah, definitely. I'm agreeing with you. Preventing Trent of the Seventh making a tag. The Trent the Seventh goes to Brokeback Mountain. No, goes for Broke, taking down Myers with the 7-star lariat. Trent the Seventh makes a tag to Broken Matt Hardy, who brings the fight to the system. Hardy hits a side effect on Eddie, but it's not enough. Moose and Hardy square off in the middle of the ring. Exchanging right hands. Moose counters the twist of fate with the big boot to the ass. Hardy, Broken Matt Hardy, catches Moose with a mid-air cutter out of nowhere.
This was so good. That was such a great spot.
Triple twist of fate still isn't enough to keep the system down. Moose is in a rampage, wiping out Brokeback Mountain with power bombs at ringside. Broken Matt Hardy hits Moose with another twist of fate. This is like his only move, isn't it? This time on the floor, Hardy soars with a top rope leg drop, driving Moose through a table on the outside. That was badass. Trent the Seventh hits the Birmingham Hammer. The broken Birmingham Hammer or the Brokeback Birmingham Hammer on Eddie, but Alisha pulls him off for the pin. Eddie goes low on Trent the Seventh, while the referee's view is obstructed. Myers and Edwards connect with the Brokeback Mountain Stunner, elbow drop combo with the elbow drop on Trent the Seventh to get the win. Whew!
Nice clean review there. That was brilliant. Just straight through. We
then the
stick to the script next time.
The system celebrates with all the gold as TNA Under Siege goes.
Just remember, Alisha pulled Eddie off the pin.
In my ass.
Look at me, look, Bison. You said Brokeback Mountain again. Yes, I did. Yeah, I kept saying
100% for attention there, mate. Well done. Joe's gone.
Oh God. Anyway, it was I thought it was good.
Wonderful.
It was wonderful. Yeah, no, I thought it was good. I thought it was good. You know, broken back.
You know what? It saved the pay-per-view for me, to be fair, because like, you know, I'm with the others in the chat as well. That mixed tag was horrendous. It was terrible. But like, you know, that match definitely saved it. Like, I'll never forget seeing Trent the Seventh trying to do the Jeff Hardy dance. That was hilarious.
Yeah,
you know, so
whisper in the wind and came up short. That was so good.
Yeah, and I can't remember what they said on commentary, but they said, like, you know, he tried to whisper and no one heard him, or something like that.
Yeah,
it was pretty good. It was pretty good. But no, I think that match there definitely saved it. Like, you know, to keep people watching as well for Hardy at the end. That was a very clever move. I wasn't sure because I thought that's 6 people. You know, in that tag, or 7 if you include Alisha pulling people off. So you've just I caught myself then. So it's a bit difficult to try and like see how it would all work. But like, you know, Matt Hardy jumping off a turnbuckle and going through a table. I didn't expect it. You know, it was just a fantastic watch, and I'm glad it happened.
I think anyone who had any kind of like negativity to talk about Matt Hardy, Matt Hardy is not, you know, I mean, he is a bit broken. You know, I mean, come on, years of doing what he does is extreme.
Yeah, he compressed it. He compressed his spine from doing all the leg drops. Like he had to take time off of wrestling because of that. So there's
all sorts of things. You know, but he's back and he's doing it. You know, fair play. He got in there and he was absolutely doing it. Maybe that's what we do. We need to see Brokeback Matt Hardy. I think that's what we need to see. I mean, that would be that would be interesting. That'd be an interesting character change. Oh yeah.
Maybe they could go to the ranch with cousin Dina. And,
stop it! That could be the new character. Oh, stop it, Jeff! Come on, stop messing about.
I'm hung like a peanut compared to that guy.
You're obsolete.
Oh. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh my god. I don't know. Anyway, right. I thought it was a fun pay-per-view. I enjoyed it. I'm gonna go 7.5 out of 10. I don't. For me, it wasn't as good as Rebellion, and so it shouldn't be because Rebellion was one of the big pay-per-views. But I thought it was a solid 7.5 out of 10 for me. I enjoyed it. There wasn't, other than, like you say, the mixed tag, which didn't live up to any expectations whatsoever. Everything else was pretty solid. You know, but nothing was, apart from the X Division match, was outstanding.
Yeah, the main event for me was fantastic too. That was like the perfect way to cap off the night. I didn't find any faults to that, to be honest. I didn't, you know. But we've covered that, so I won't bore everyone to death. Seems they're coming up to 2 hours now. But for me, the main event was a great way to carry on the momentum that Mustafa Ali and Ace Austin left. It was just a great way to phase out the rest of the night and end it. The match was fantastic. I was engaged in both of those matches from start to finish.
Oh yeah, so was I. I'm not. I was engaged in most of the matches all night, other than the one we just discussed, even, you know, like the pantomime match and everything. Yeah, I enjoyed it all. But there was only one match that was extraordinarily good, and that was the X Division match for me. Yeah, match of the night by far. 5-5. I would give the main event a 3.5 to a 4 at a push. But at the end of the day, it was a good way to end the show. Yeah, and I'm so glad whoever it was that said they turned back on. I think it was Barry. I'm so glad you turned that back on, mate, or you came back to watch the last 2 matches, because they were good. Great pay-per-view. I enjoyed it. Like I said, 7.5 out of 10. Would I watch it again? No, but I'd probably watch the last 2 matches again. So yeah, you know, so I thought it was, you know, it was a good show. It was a good show, and I enjoyed watching it. TNA Impact this Thursday, guys. Let's look forward to that. Now, this is what we've got in store. We've got the System Championship celebration. Is that going to go well? I'm pretty sure it's not. I would imagine that Brokeback Matt Hardy and Breakback Maclin are going to come out and have something to say. But I guess we're just going to have to wait and see. ABC versus Brokeback Mountain in a number 1 contender match. This is weird for me because it's almost like that's your 2 top teams.
Yeah.
So I get that's a number 1 contender match, but like, who's going to win? I don't know. I'm assuming. I hope they don't bury ABC because I still believe, for me, ABC are incredible tag champs.
Yeah.
I'd like to see them go after the System, but I have a funny feeling based on way the System storyline is at the moment, Speedball Mountain are going to win, and then we're going to get the System versus Brokeback Mountain. I'm sure. Maybe that's going to happen against all odds. I don't know. We've then got Gresham in action again. So I'm sure that someone else is now is going to get inked. And we could be looking at someone else adding to the Octopus family. We then got First Class in action against the F.B.I. It's a bit of a night of tag team wrestling, to be honest. And we've got the Rascal again. That's a way of giving First Class a win. Then we've got the Rascals versus Jake Something and Cody Deaner. Now, this is what I was saying. Are they making these guys a tag team again? I think
it's a one-off. I don't think they're going to be becoming a proper tag team. Although I would have rather have seen Joe Hendry in something in this match over Dina. Because can you imagine a stereo standing ovation and Into the Void to finish the match? Oof. That would be an amazing finish.
Yeah, that's a good combo.
I just feel that it's easy for them to throw Cody and Jake together because they know that they've got chemistry to work as a tag team, so it'll work. So it's just throw them together, get them out there. But to me, it's lazy booking, and I don't like it. I don't like it.
That's like my thought too. It's just lazy booking. If you put Joe Hendry's got a bit of history with First Class, it would maybe make more sense to carry that on a bit longer rather than throw Dina in.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know, but I don't know. Strange. Anyway, but they're not going up against First Class. This is why, to me, it's weird because it's like they're creating a tag team because they're going up against the Rascals. There's no feud between the Rascals and Jake Something. And Cody.
I guess we haven't seen how that unfolds yet.
No, not at the moment.
Matches and that, and then you watch it, you're like, oh, so that's why it's on this week. So.
Well, hopefully.
It's a bit weird how they're doing it.
To me, it seems a bit weird.
Dragon Storm's just a pretty good point too. Who's going to actually take the title off of Mustafa Ali because he's beaten Jake Something, Chris Bay, and Ace Austin now. The only one who's most likely to do it is Santana, and I think Santana is going to be the one to beat him.
Possibly, especially as they've actually signed him.
Yeah.
So that could be the way they go with it. Norris has said Cody Deaner is the new Tommy Dreamer. No, he's not got flabby arms yet, so I wouldn't have thought so. But it's also Gresham is also wrestling. I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure who that's going to be, but hopefully he's going to be creating some more octopuses. So the octopuses
he'll be leaving his mark for sure.
We need the octopuses to grow. That's the way I look at it. Now, one thing which is interesting is there's no knockouts match advertised. Nothing. Take care, Eric. Thanks for joining us. There is no knockouts match advertised. So what's going on here? Something's they must have a knockouts match. They must.
Yeah.
How can you not? How can you not have a knock? I don't understand why there isn't a knockouts match, but there must be something.
Maybe they've just not announced it yet, or maybe it unfolds on the show.
That's what I'm saying. That there's got to be a knockouts match, but nothing's been announced. So fingers crossed we get a knockouts match. I hope we do anyway. But guys, listen, that's all we got time for.
Oh, what? We've only
That's
just
it.
got started.
Yeah, I know. Unbelievable. 1 hour 50 in, and one of the longest shows we've done for a while.
Just getting warmed up.
Exactly, we were just getting warmed up. Anyway, I thought we were friends. But anyway, also, if you want to show your support for TNI UK team, please feel free to super sticker us, just like Punk did, or head over to prowrestlingtees.com, Total Nonstop Impact, for some great shirts, or head over to our exclusive Spreadshirt merch store. Links, of course, are below. I also think there's a link on the YouTube channel as well. Go and check that out. All TNI shows are available to all of you listen on the go fans as audio only via SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, wherever you list to your favorite shows. We are there. Don't forget, of course, you can subscribe to the channel. If you want to support the channel that way, then please feel free. The monthly subscriptions, go and check it out. You do get a few extra bits and bobs. Normally, Justin Miller's in the house. I'm not seeing him today. He's definitely part of that. I think Terrence Sullivan. Am I right in thinking Terrence is part of the subscriptions now? Let me have a look. I'm sure he is. Terrence, let me have a look. Yes, he is. He's subscribed. Punk is as well.
Yep.
Oh, go on. So, so it's great to see people subscribing now. If you want to support us that way, that would be amazing. But like I said, there's many, many ways to support us. And, merchandise, super sticker in every now and again if you fancy that. But it is really good, for you guys to support. We really, really appreciate it. Okay, where can we find you on the socials, Joe?
You can follow me on Twitter, on YouTube, or on Facebook, by putting in #empty space, #into the void. Or if you fancy to stick your taste with any sense of humor, #Daily Eagle. An approach from there you just might keep your sanity.
I think it'd be a struggle, Joe. I'm gonna be.
Or
honest.
you can just look for @Joeker empty space on Twitter.
There you go.
I did it the other way around because I'm a bit broken.
You're a bit broken today. He's broke back today. Is Joe?
Broke back.
What about yourself, Craig? Where can we find you, my friend? Other than obviously the local nightclubs.
If you're watching, then it's on that blue bar there. It's just LimpstarUK, no space in the middle. And I'm on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook.
Okie dokie. And of course, if you want to follow TNI on the socials, we are available on Instagram, on the X, on Facebook, @WeTalkTimImpact. That's what you need to look for, @WeTalkImpact. Go and follow us on everything, and then you're never going to miss anything. It would be cool, as well as subscribing to YouTube or Twitch or wherever it is that you want to subscribe, or on any of the listen on you go podcast places like SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes. Just go and sub us all, sub everything, and that way you're never going to miss nothing. It's all going to be there. We Talk Impact is all you need to know. If you're interested on following myself, the Bison, I do all of my wrestling stuff really on the X, on the Twitter sphere, @LordBison45. Please go and give me a sub. I'm heading towards 2,500 follows right now, so get stuck in. Go and give the Bison a follow. Very much appreciate it. If you're interested in following my journey when it comes to fitness and inspirational stuff and all that kind of stuff, go and check me out on TikTok @BisonByDesign. I am gradually moving up on that as well, so see if you can get stuck in. I try and put stuff on a daily basis, whether it be involving me, whether it be TNI related, whether it be just inspirational stuff. Feel free to go and check that out. So find me @LordBison45 on the socials and on TikTok @BisonByDesign. Okay, please take the time to help us out moving up the rankings on YouTube by giving us a thumbs up. And if you're new to us and you like what you see, then please consider hitting the subscribe button. And don't forget to give the bell a tickle. Squeeze. or of course a smash to never miss any of the great TNA related content coming out each and every single week. With all that said, I've been Bison, and they have been, of course, the Joker coming to you from the void, and the man known as the Limpster coming to you from your local nightclub. And this has been episode 180 of Impacted. Take care.
Take care, guys.